All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to finally review G2 versus Fnatic. Start off with game one. I haven't watched them wholeheartedly. I've seen some portions. I know the result. I've seen some of the highlights, but I haven't had the time to really prepare myself to you know put my mind into it. So we're going to sink really deep today, and we're going to see what went down in the series that everyone is so crazy about. So to start off, the Yumi first pick, very controversial. Yumi first pick, do you give it? Do you take it? I think the biggest thought process here behind the decision for our dear G2 is that when Fnatic are going to pick Yumi, it's going to be quite predictable. The Garen is something they've shown in the past, and with the Corki ban, they have one less champion that synergizes very well with Yumi. So Yumi Corki is very nasty. This is like a big portion of the games that are lost against Yumi, at least from my point of view, that Vitality lost against Yumi was when they had Corki Yumi. We lost one game against SK, we lost one game against Fnatic. Garen Yumi isn't necessarily the most part because you have many tools to deal with Garen. Hey, Yumi Garen, when I saw this draft, I thought they're going to pick an AD carry that pretty much counters Garen. So Garen's strength is that he gets a lot of base armor, base MR from his passive, retains a lot of HP, he's generally very tanky, has a decent all-in with Yumi, and he can deliver all the spells that she does to the enemy. That is the strength of Garen. And to counter Garen, pretty much you would need something like some attempts would be like maybe Kog'Maw, maybe what's it called? Play Kog'Maw. You can play maybe Vayne, but this is all theoretical because I haven't really tried it in practice. These are champions that can kill Garen, even though he has this massive base stat line. Some of the more champions that are tank shadows. But then the question is, how hard would these champions suffer in lane? Because Garen Yumi isn't necessarily like the weakest lane on the planet. Here we see that Fnatic are instantly going into Mordekaiser. So Mordekaiser at the point where they pick it is flex, right? But they're flexing it blind, and the enemy is blind picking GP. I think the Morde into GP matchup is definitely playable. I think Mordekaiser can win this matchup. I would say it's 55-45 for Mordekaiser. But people like GP into it. A lot of GP matchups turn into skill matchups the better you get, and this is definitely like one of the Bwipo specials. It is strange though that coming through second wave ban that they don't consider banning out Bwipo here already, because I can't imagine what Bwipo would blind pick if GP, Renekton, and Aatrox is out. I think he's in a very tough spot because he's not playing. I can't imagine Bwipo playing Cannon. I can't imagine Bwipo playing Gnar. I guess he would play like Swain, maybe Swain. He could play Swain. Swain got buffed. That would be a way. Would Kog'Maw Lulu wash Garen Yumi? Maybe. Kaiser should be okay, yeah. Kaiser could be okay. Kaiser worked very well for Schalke against us when we played Garen Yumi. Eventually, the AP Kaiser was just one-shotting the Garen. He was just a piece of shit. But obviously, that game we could have snowballed a lot better. We got 2v2 kills on bot, and after you get 2v2 kills on bot with Garen Yumi, you can snowball the game very hard. But we're not as strong as a team. And this time around, I'm sure if together with TF and GPU, they get some kills on Garen Yumi, all of a sudden they can snowball the game and continue. But I think the first 3 picks of Fnatic into the 3 picks that G2 showed, I think they are far superior here. TF is one of Nemesis' first favorite picks. They're taking it away, and like Akali is also one of the picks that Nemesis likes. But TF is probably it's more niche. I think if Caps is playing, for example, Silas Akali matchup or something like this, then he will definitely end up ahead. I think when Nemesis playing TF, he has an edge over everyone because he has played the TF matchups a lot. TF is also one of the better picks into Pyke. You want to have hard CC into Pyke. So already now TF, the predictable TF, already gains a lot of value here. And I'm thinking, you know, when you're playing Mordekaiser, if you're playing against TF, Yumi, Garen, it's already really hard. So I don't understand what was the idea behind this. Sure, you have Conqueror. Maybe you can burn through Garen. Maybe you can fight an all-in. Maybe the idea is that with Morde, you ult and Yumi gets dropped, and then when you kill her like that, maybe that's the whole idea. Maybe not sure. Like we have some interactions here. Mordekaiser drops Yumi, but she can instantly jump to other people. I don't know if in a 2v2 lane that Pyke, if Pyke can solo Yumi. I don't know if that's a thing. I doubt it. Maybe Pyke is farming. Not sure. So he kind of has champion pool issues. I don't know if it's necessarily an issue because Fnatic has this style about them where they like to play the same champions over and over. They play the same champions over and over because of preference. Because of preference, right? If they practice with the same champions, they've mapped out all these scenarios with the same champions. There is a certain strength with comfort. I think G2 they banned Aatrox the entire series. We can continue. We can see what draft ends. Decent pick 4th. That's a denial, right? Nocturne actually got a really big buff on this patch, and Nocturne, in my opinion, was always a strong champion. But here, you know, they're going full AD, but they don't give a shit. TF is a reason to buy Mercury, and Yumi is also a lot of AP damage. Garen ult is AP damage, GP ult is AP damage. A lot of CC here, so Mercury value is already high. And then a Gnar pick. Gnar has the advantage here that he can buy armor into GP and Nocturne, but the way this game should probably play out is that it's tricky. I've always had the opinion that if you have TF and Yumi on the same team, you have a problem, because TF and Yumi, it's hard to find situations where you can 3v3 on mid. Usually what you want to do with TF is you want to do everything in your power to make sure that TF has prio, because if TF has prio, it can spread that all over the map. And basically, if enemy TF is pushing in solo queue, you're screwed because he pressures the entire map. You need to pressure TF into the tower, you need to give space to your mid lane to all in. So basically how you play it is that you send your support and you play 1-3-1 very early in the game, and you spread pressure like that. And that's one strength here that G2 has, is that they have the Pyke. He's very strong in the 3v3s. Akari on 6 is going to be very strong in the 3v3s, and Lee Sin as well. They have the tools to definitely one-shot some people. But it all depends on how well Fnatic is going to use their globals here. They have the Nocturne ult, they have the GP ult, they have a lot of tools to throw G2 off guard here. And one wrong misstep and all of a sudden give Nocturne a kill and snowball off of that. But I think the biggest question mark for me here, that I can admit that I don't know too much about, is the matchup on bottom. Garen Yumi versus Pyke Mordekaiser. We can predict some interactions like Morde ulting Garen and then Yumi being loose, and then that happening. But I love the Nocturne pick into G2. I think G2 as a team, they want to squeeze as much as possible out of lane phase. I think doing that against something like Nocturne can be very difficult, because it's tough to respect Nocturne that is in Fog. For example, Nocturne doesn't find a lot of success in Korea, for example, because people are very, very respectful of something like this in Fog. You could argue that that is success in a sense that if you make 3 lanes not play aggressive because Nocturne, and you just take your jungle, and that's also a massive success. But it all depends on how well, of course, G2 play around the 3v3 on mid, and if they can get deeper wards onto enemy jungle. It's tricky with mid though, because you can always find a way to gank mid with Nocturne because of the ult range. We will see. I think we that's enough about the draft. We can talk about it forever. Let's just see the game in action. I'm sure, you know, at the level that Fnatic and G2 is at, I'm sure they have strong ideas behind why they draft the way they did. Curious to see what kind of mastery Akari is going for. This will be uploaded to YouTube. Yes. Let's see now. Okay, Dylan Falco. Okay, leash. Both teams leash. Both teams know the enemy pathing. Wunder versus GP is a matchup that gives me flashback. Wunder is a great Gnar. Played 5 games of Gnar into H2K to get us to the finals of the LCS at the time. Okay, Yumi eating a Q, doesn't matter too much. Okay, so no Relic Shield Mordekaiser shenanigans. I think maybe old Mordekaiser would be better for this. Oh, Cap's getting good trades already, good trades. TP onto TP with Electrocute, as adaptation in TF. Okay, so the trades are looking quite rough for G2 here. I feel like the silence is so powerful because Fnatic's bot lane just want to do short trades, and with Conqueror you want to do long trades. So maybe the play is after G2, after Fnatic bot does their short trade, you have to commit all the way and not let go and make use of Conqueror somehow. With fleet footwork it might be difficult. Okay. Bwipo doing Bwipo things. See, Janko's timing is pretty good here, and the wave position is very bad on top. This is a very standard timing. I guess Bwipo feels very safe here because of how big the wave is. Wunder's HP is so low. So well played from Bwipo. But maybe the problem here is that Wunder is tanking the wave, also tanking the E. Doesn't really doesn't need to tanking the full wave. Or is he tanking the full wave? I guess the cannon. He got shot twice by the cannon here. Actually, it was only once. Okay, this is very well played by Bwipo. This is massive. Lee Sin showed, got slowed down. Broxa is preparing for bot side grab. The wave was in what you could say is a horrible position, but just because of how low Wunder was, how big the wave was, Bwipo felt very safe. This was very good. Bwipo is a wild man. Am I cutting sometimes? Let me change settings. Also move my camera here. Let me check my settings for microphone. These filters, noise suppression gate. Okay, like that. Maybe this is better. This should be better. Okay. So Bwipo, you know, he's regarded in the pro scene as a very wild man in the way he lanes. Sometimes it's very successful, sometimes it's the opposite. This is one of those cases where it's genius, because Jankos is wasting a lot of time here showing he's going to lose bot side crab, and Broxa has an opportunity here to potentially invade. I wonder if Conqueror changes the 1v1, because I haven't seen Nocturne versus Lee Sin matchup in forever. Broxa is now invading. I guess he knows something that I don't know. I'm going to trust Broxa's decision here to go in. He gets the smite. Very strong play. This advantage that that Broxa is getting just comes from Bwipo's play. Janko's showing, and then they continue. Yeah, Broxa has the opportunity to double crab as well if he wants. We're going to see what kind of decision he takes. Also, TF has pretty big prior here if Broxa wants to get freaky and invade the Raptors, but he knows he's at a smite disadvantage, so maybe he's just wasting time. Oh, look at the graphic, it has the wrong name. Boxa. The Boxa. The Boxa. Boxa versus Jankos. There we go. Jankos smiting the big Raptor. Akali TP back. Let's see if TF saves TP here, or he's gonna TP back straight up. It was cannon, so maybe you could let go, but it means that Akali is gonna be 6 before you, and it can create some discrepancies in your power. Good item advantage for TF. This probably means that he had some good klepto value, but he also based one wave later, so it's good for him. Nocturne still didn't base, so Lee Sin... Oh, no, Lee Sin also didn't base. He has somewhat of a tempo disadvantage because he didn't base. I assumed he based already, actually. How did he know about this ward? Oh, so he spotted Akali and then he just warded. Interesting. Good play from Nemesis to clear this ward. But maybe they could get more value out of the pink. He just goes straight up. Jackals should recall, don't show. Oh, they're going for a gank. Jankos is losing a lot of tempo here. Nocturne already base, he's going to go for his golem camp, and if Jankos decides to show here, it means that Nocturne has a free opportunity to invade into bot side space. Yeah, Jankos shows himself. Still no base. Let's see if Broxa can use this somehow, because Jankos' tempo is really fucked here. But at the same time, you know, maybe it doesn't matter too much because Jankos staying here gives Akali the prio in mid lane, and together with the prio mid lane, maybe Jankos can just recover the tempo. Probably the case. This is the ward that Lee Sin plays at Golems. Nocturne is being spotted. The moment they ran into each other, they figured out which pathing they took. Both of them got leash on red, and then when they faced each other here, they saw the creep score. It's very easy to assume that Golems is going to be next. This is how junglers mostly track each other. Wunder has recovered very nicely in top lane. Not sure how. Doran shield value, I assume. It's, he was quite in a tricky spot, but I guess second win on Doran shield is too OP. This is very good recovery. I don't know how the Gnar GP matchup is supposed to be played out, but I think Gnar is very happy because enemy jungle is Nocturne. He has a possibility to get ninja tabbies and be very happy with it without getting too harshly punished. These pink wards that they're showing now on the screen are very good when you have TF, because this is the pathway that TF just wants and Nocturne just wants in order to have access into bot lane. When TF wants to ult into bottom, he wants to make sure that he's safe in this space, make sure that Akali doesn't commit on him in this area. Maybe Akali can put his E on TF and follow him into bot lane and cause some troubles. This is also a very common angle for Nocturne to gank into bot lane. So we're going to see how the teams are going to contest this. Nocturne should be very close to level 6, probably one more camp. He's waiting for it to spawn. The next one to spawn though is his golems. Now it's opposite world because Whippo is too low and the wave is too big for them to contest, but maybe lethal tempo Nocturne is enough to kill a Gnar here, but I doubt it. Oh, TF ult. Oh, you know, this is going to be a big blunder of mine throughout this review, because I as many other people have troubles remembering TF, but this is the last time we're going to make this mistake. TF just straight off hovered. We were asking the chat if TF mid is something that should be picked up by other teams. For sure, it's such a powerful tool because it forces you to be in a mindset that is very different from the standard game. You know, there are some champions that can throw a lot of people off, you know, like Nocturne is one of them. GP is one of them, because the GP global, it changes the way you have to play matchups that you always know. TF as well. There is Evelyn, Rengar, a lot of champions that can pressure a lot of lanes at the same time. Shen is one of them. Champions that basically have access to the whole map without being seen, you know? Camille is also a very unique example because she has such a long engage range. The distance that Camille can cover is similar to Nocturne ult on rank 1. So you even have to be in a different mindset against Camille. If you're playing against Camille Sejuani, they can gank you at all times. Talia is a good example as well. Karthus is a good example as well. They're impacting a lot of space at all times. Without the ward, shouldn't want to be more left in the lane. You don't get screwed as hard if they walk around because you can bounce on them. Bouncing over Nocturne is not so good because he's going to get the fear of 100%. What about the Mordekaiser pick? So far, I'm not too impressed by it, but there has to be some thought behind it. I'm assuming Mordekaiser's interaction with Yuumi, that's the whole idea. That Morde is going to ult the Garen, take Garen into the Netherrealm, and then Yuumi is going to be loose and it's going to be on something else. I assume this is the idea. And then on bottom with Garen and Morde, maybe they have a good all-in, maybe they can punish when Garen goes for a Q. You're gonna have to flash anyway. Well, a Nocturne can also flash, right? Nocturne can also flash. Like, if the Nocturne play is good, he's going to predict your flash. It's not so hard to do, in my opinion. It's not so difficult. But here the bigger issue is Wunder feels safe in 1v2 because he has Mega almost. He's getting Mega, but TF steps into topside and kills. That's so tricky because what do you really do here to prevent this? TF had to step only into this point of the map to ult into top. It was close to no effort from Nemesis to show up here. The wave just crashed in mid. He just didn't give a shit, TP'd onto top. So once again, the question, should more teams pick up fucking TF? For sure. I'm not sure how this will fucking play out. Oh no! Oh! Disaster! That's the more the TP. Oh yeah! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! The problem of having too big champion pool, guys. No! Oh no! Oh! It's a disaster. Holy! Oh no! Oh! Jesus! My goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my damn! Oh, they kill all if Perks. Honestly, TF has flash, so maybe it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Okay. Let me watch Nemesis movement. Watch Perks. Holy. But obviously this is a disaster. I was talking about TF before all of this, you know? I'm saying TF, if both teams play perfect, after if both teams most of the time play perfect with TF in the game, TF is most likely going to lose. You know? He should lose 1v1 against Akali if his jungle and his and you play accordingly around TF, then definitely it's the worst champion in my opinion. But you have to play in a very specific way against TF to deal with it, you know? Like here, even I, rewatching this, I was looking at mid situation and I was surprised. Because I'm thinking the wave just crashed, TF shouldn't want to ult, but he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't need to go walk any distance at all. Look how little he needs to walk from mid. This is, you know, he went to smell a rose in the bush and then he TP'd to top, you know. I just thought this distance here is a distance that a lot of champions got nerfed in covering, you know. Tamkins got nerfed, Nocturne got nerfed in terms of range. A lot of things. Nemesis, the dodge on Q here is very clean. Corrupting Potions, OP guys. Gin and Tonic. And then perks with the E. He is ice cold, you know? If he dies, they all die. If he dies, he dies. Also have the display, we should skip this game. Okay, so let's see. Oh. Actually, you're right. Nemesis movement was quite good. Look at that. Ooh. Tanking the tower. And then Nemesis. Boom. Nemesis had an amazing theories, honestly. And you know, as much as I hate to break it to you guys, after something like this, the game is lost. The game is lost. TF with the 201 is going to go back into mid lane. Akali will lose his window to kill. Bottom lane is frozen. Gar and Yumi will be ahead. Mordekaiser uses TP. Used everything. Gar and Yumi still have TP on. They didn't use it. They're going to be able to TP back into bot lane. Keep snowballing. They're freezing. It's a disaster on many accounts. Nocturne also got participation on 3 kills. Actually, he got ult on the last kill, so the point I was about to make is not valid. Here comes the double phage power spike. Jesus Christ. Honestly, as troll as it might seem to have double phage, the stats are crazy. The stats are nuts. The stats are mental. Alright. The stats are mental. You know, obviously it's not good. It's not good. I'm not recommending anyone to buy double phage. Don't buy double phage. But here in the matchup against Akali, if I'm Akali playing against TF and he has 2 phages, you know you're fucked. You know, that's what's up. He has a shit ton of HP. Look at him. Look how tanky he is. Oh, the flash. He still has flash. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, Long Johnson. Okay. It looked funny. Honestly. Okay. Let's take a look here. So I thought with the double phages that he wouldn't die. But I think here, after Nemesis sacrificed him on top, I think Broxa should be hovering behind him. Like, they need to fix mid-wave. Like, if Nemesis is going to give up here on the wave, then it's very bad. I think here, you ignore your camps and you go straight here with Nocturne into mid. You solve the mid wave and then you go clear your camps. It's just a better play, I think. It's just here, Nemesis has to give up 6 CS, or... Well, I guess, you know, the timing of Broxa is already almost finished with red before he goes. And then Broxa is coming into mid. So I guess Nemesis could wait a bit longer. Actually, this is Nemesis' mistake. This is not Brox's mistake. He was finished with the red by the time Nemesis hit on mid. So, we're going to blame Nemesis here. Who is at fault? Nemesis is at fault. So straight up, like G2 are looking to find windows to punish this, right? Like Akali is gonna be kind of screwed here, and this is the wave to punish. So for sure Caps is calling this. The wave is frozen, Akali is 6. Maybe they think that Nemesis has no flash, because after all the shit has gone down, I would assume also TF has no flash. This is a common mistake people do. And there we go. He still has E on during all of this. Interesting Akali combo here. But yeah, he's getting full value, so it's the old school combo. Here Nocturne still has flash. So the conclusion is Nemesis needs to be a bit more conservative here. Wait a bit longer, and then Nocturne is going to come. Nocturne should come through mid, not through lane. They have level 6 to level 5, no Lee Sin kick, no Nocturne ult, but I think Nocturne with lethal tempo right now is very strong, so they could potentially win this fight if Nocturne starts hitting. But then we have Lee Sin 6 and the kick right into his teammate. Hashtag sad. Even if Akali insta-flashed over the wall, it's not so good. Wave got unfrozen. It looks hilarious. Yeah, Q auto sure, but here like Nocturne still has W on. Honestly, it's really close. But here, I think if Jankos Qs while he's airborne, they kill, no? They kill without Caps dying. Oh, he has no Q. Okay. That's a fair point. Yeah, he probably doesn't have Q. You're right. Yeah, makes sense. He used Q on Nemesis and missed earlier. Yeah, you're right, you're right. You are for sure right. Yeah, makes sense. You guys are right. Okay. Well, then probably just ignore Nocturne is the better way. Or just wait for Nocturne to flash and then commit on him. Because if Nocturne flashes, then probably you can kill with Akali flashing away from Noc and then Lee just finishing him. If Nocturne commits. Bottle name matchup. Now I guess we'll never find out now after more the TP top how this matchup should really play out. Okay, so the conclusion, we say no kick. If Nocturne commits on Akali, then Lee can commit, and then it's good stuff. Because Akali lost a lot of creeps here. Nocturne ult is up. Oh! Nar has no E, I guess. Okay. How do you really play against this? Someone has to tank the ganks, no? It's like you want to hard trade on your Mega against GP. And then if Nocturne is just going to be in fog all the time. To be honest, you know all his top camps are up. You know he's going to path into blue after he took his red already. So this is a bad timing on all accounts. He also needs to, like on the other hand, if you're playing top lane here, you have to wait for your jungle to recover, but you see that your jungler has so many camps up and it will take a lot of time for Lee to recover and get vision onto the freaking map so they can spot Nocturne. But it's a very tough position to be in as Nar here. Like lead tempo is off, he's basing for jungle item, and he needs to wait. He needs to give up legit 2 waves if he doesn't want to die to this gank. So sometimes it's better to just gamble, because losing these 2 waves, maybe he's going to lose the lane anyway, but like this, he forces the Nocturne ult and he does creates some kind of pressure on the map. Because this forces Nocturne to show, Nocturne to use his ultimate. In the other scenario, Wunder is standing at his tower, he's waiting for Lee Sin to clear and to step into enemy jungle. Maybe right now they don't even win 2v2 mid, so it's going to take even longer to build this vision, because Akali has no ult, Lee Sin has no ult, maybe TF and Nocturne are just stronger. So this is a very hard position to be in as a top laner. This is a very, very tough position to be in. Here, no vision, no information, your wave is like this. If you don't play out your matchup in a way where you are trading aggressively with GP, then GP is going to poke you and win the lane, and then maybe he's going to just outscale you on side because you didn't create an advantage. So it's very, very hard. Very, very hard. It's very tough, honestly. Super, super tough. You know, here, some people might say, oh, Nara's inting, but Nara decision is very hard to make here. Super, super hard. From everything that happened into mid, this didn't help Nara at all. Nocturne got ult on, uses ult on top, and now, just because Nocturne used ult, maybe it creates a scenario for them where they can snowball somewhere else. Oh! Okay, so we see the combo in action on bottom. All in, Morde. Morde seems to be winning very hard against Garen. Keep in mind here, Garen is sitting on a lot of cash. Cash money. Didn't TP back yet. So taking this trade here might be a mistake. It's also that Fnatic kept freezing. I don't know if freezing was correct for them. Maybe they needed the time to push out with the timer of Morde. Maybe they just needed to push out instead of be freezing. Because here it looks like they just lost the all-in. I wonder if they can even catch this wave on the tower. Akali is hovering. Akali is spotted on the pink though, so they should feel safe. Morde no ult. They survived the all-in even without base. They're gonna take this wave TP back, most likely. Maybe they don't need to TP back. They just saw Mordekai's the base on the world, so they can just push and keep TP. That's very, very big that Morde showed here. Well, that was inefficient on many accounts. But that's okay, he's just gonna lose one creep in mid. Garen Yuumi base. TF ulti on, GP ult on. No Nocturne ult, that's a GP ult. TF ulted. Oh! Garen Yuumi are in position, they have TP. They are moving in. Jankos is dead. Oh, he survived. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Let's take a step back. So GP ult was used. TF. Could TF go earlier? Should Garen Yuumi TP in the pit? Maybe they should TP in the pit. Like if they're calling to make the play that they want to fight here and to TF ult on top of them, then probably better to just TP into the pit. Garen Yuumi could be here earlier. Drake is already finished. Drake gets Q smite. Boom. Roxa didn't have smite, so there was no contestation. Was there a contestation? Ooh, okay, he smited Lee Sin. That's what happened. He smited Lee. Lee survives, to my surprise. I said he's dead. If they TP in the pit, can't just Lee kick them out of it. That is fair. That is fair. Yeah, probably that could happen. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. They will get kicked out. But I'm just thinking if they time. Think about this though. If TF times his arrival with the TP arrival, then he can be in gold card by the time that the TP lands. So this is something that could happen, you know? Pike is level 6. I kind of wish that we had a replay on the bottom fight. But here, Conqueror value, and then, yeah, it kind of sucks. Pike is level 5 here. Otherwise, he's dead, right? There's no flash on, and it's humongous. Hylissang is sitting on heal though this entire time. He's fucking greedy as fuck. Look at him. He could heal straight up, but this was out of range. There was also plant in case they get kicked. But the way I imagine is that TF and Garen Yumi can land at the same time. Like if they want to commit on this, they should commit on this completely, you know? And then here, I don't know if you guys saw this move, but the reason Nemesis survives is because he drinks Corrupting Potion. That is crazy. So the interesting part about Morde Pike is that Morde has so much damage and sometimes you can't finish people, and Morde can guarantee drop someone low and then Pike can ult him. I guess that's the concept. Morde, you ult whoever has Yumi on and then you fight that target and then you go. I guess that's the plan. But enemy team comp, Nocturne and Gangplank should be fine against Morde. I imagine that it should be easy to W the Morde ult because like he's raising his fist, right? And you can kind of see the animation clearly. And then GP can get out. TF can maybe kite him. Yeah, he has Trinity Force. He's gonna card him and run. We also saw Nemesis has his Duke boots on. Time Warp Tonic, yeah? Back at my gaming house, we call it Gin and Tonic. So here, Nemesis is dead. Mickey uses Flash. Caps plays this very wonderfully. And then Flash, ult, Time Warp Tonic. Fucks up the ult. Survives with 1 HP. Procs a Flash. Mickey no E. Oh, there is... He got his E off. Ooh. He got his E off. Tenacity in runes, guys. Tenacity in runes. Bladeworks, will you be my friend? Sure, man. I'll be your friend. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We got 200 people watching. That's like almost a whole cinema. That is crazy to think about. So let's get back to this game. Current game state affairs, I think. Akali used ult in this ordeal. I wonder if Nocturne and TF can one-shot Akali. I think this game will come down to the 2v2 on mid and who one-shots who. And if Pike gets any freedom to roam into mid to impact, because Yumi will not be able to impact mid. I think that's the biggest question mark. Both TP used on mid. Right now they're... Okay. Is 2v2 on top, G2's highest hope. I see Gunblade on Akali. I see Pyke being able to pressure into mid. I don't know if this is the best play for G2. Because can they really one-shot someone? I don't think they can one-shot someone. Oh, Beepo is going wild. Beepo is going wild. Beepo is going wild. Why didn't Jankos go? Why he doesn't go here? Kick him in the forehead. If he went earlier, he can just kick him in the forehead, no? Right now. Look at him. Pink. Kick. Also, they're on a timer here where GP has no flash for like 2 seconds. Now GP's flash on. Right now, flash not on. Boom, flash is on. In the moment. Oh, no kick. Oh, what would I do without you guys? Aaron CD. Jesus. Jesus. That's why. That's why. Thank you guys for keeping me honest. I appreciate it. So no kick, that's why he doesn't go. And then he gets kick. But maybe it's better to just go. Maybe it's better to go now anyway. Like right now, without kick you go anyway. I think still it's correct what I'm saying. Because I think maybe GP dies here. Even with flash. And no kick. Because Nar still has E on here. Because honestly here, if they don't kill GP, this is such a big waste of time. Like Lee was here forever. And Nar lost XP and it's just... I guess what they are looking for is to kill GP and then to do Herald. That's their plan. Akali has Hextech Gunblade, so he's stronger in mid. Wins the 1v1. Nocturne has ult though, so he shouldn't be able to play aggro at all. But maybe Akali with Shroud and TF no ult, maybe she doesn't give a shit about Nocturne ult. Maybe she can just survive. But honestly, yeah. Even if Lee doesn't have kick, he needs to go in this moment. Right here. And maybe they can kill. But now he gets to back up. Like maybe they kill here. Maybe. I see a world where they kill when GP is stepping up like this. But the flip side, on the flip side, Nar has no boots, so maybe he doesn't catch up. And the Nar ult cooldown is really messy in Spectate. Does it look like first it's like that, and then it's like that. It's hard to understand really what's going on with this. If he only comes here to burn flash, it's really bad for the map. Really bad. It's bad for Akali, it's bad for bot, it's bad for all. Bottom is respecting Nocturne, I assume. Bot is frozen. Whoa, look at that. To be fair, Nocturne or no Nocturne, they just get one-shotted. Look at Morda, he just died. If Practice could ult earlier, no? Because he's in silence now, he has no W. I just decided to wait instead. Boom. Does G2 just lose to V2 at this point? Is that how the lane matchup works? Okay, so Lee ganked top, got nothing out of it. Only flash. Really pointless. Doesn't impact the game at all. He's not gonna have time to come back top anyway. Unless they're going to regank and try to get Herald. Bottom had to give up, and now the wave is bouncing. They use E, they trade. But this trade they lost big time. Yuumi healed, and this was not really a trade. This was Garen punching and then walking away. He didn't give a shit about whatever G2 threw at them. And now the wave is frozen. Wave is frozen and Lee showed top. Big disaster for G2 bot lane. Here G2, they think that they need to contest because the wave, it's a decision, right? Lee is not showing up on bot. Maybe their thought process is if Nocturne shows on bot, we're going to get Herald out of it. So they're taking this gamble. But honestly, it looks like they just straight up fucking lose 2v2. Mordekaiser is not so strong against poke, in my opinion. They all in. Yuumi poke is starting to do some damage because she has some levels now. Is the plan here that can Pyke 1v1 Yuumi during the span of Mord ult? Because look, he's punching. Maybe not with mobility. Nevertheless, Caps was hovering into bot. Lee was showing up. I think G2 can wait. G2 bot lane can wait. This is a blunder. This is a mistake. No, like here they are screwed already. Here it's lost. I just honestly, the way the game played out, sure they TP'd with top on Mord with Mord. Maybe they need to snowball from level 3 or something. They had that all-in window at level 6 that they fucked up because Pyke was not 6. And after that the game is just over for their bot. Too many things gone wrong. Probably. I think it makes sense. Yeah, like if Garen and Yuumi get killed in lane, then it's most likely a disaster. Because they can just keep doing this. Like the engaged distance of Garen and Yuumi is crazy. Lee and Akali now are going into bottom side, and obviously not good if your bot is dead and you're going into bottom side, because there's no cross map play like here. Ideally, if enemy bot, if Nocturne is showing on bot, this is the time where you are in position to redive GP or pressure into top, because they just hovered into bottom, recovered nothing, making the defensive play. Maybe they don't think they can dive top because of TF ult, but I still think it's probably the best chance. With Gnar ult and Lee kick up, GP no flash, and then prepare Herald. Because otherwise it doesn't make any sense what happened here. Like if G2 bot lane are committing to this, maybe they think they win 2v2. Maybe that's the thought process here. They think they win 2v2. And then if Nocturne ults, G2 can take Herald and pressure GP. If G2 took the decision to pressure into bottom here, as Caps is hovering into bottom, because Caps is pushing mid and hovering into side all the time, playing well into the TF, even though the TF was fucking 2-on-2. Because if G2 is taking the decision to hover with Lee and Akali into bot, then G2 did a big mistake here. Because of the timing. Nocturne had higher tempo, they knew this. Akali wasn't near close. And on top of that, they straight up lose the 2v2. Like 2v2, they just lose here. No chance. No chance in the 2v2. Why is he laughing, man? Fucking guy. I guess the only gain here what the G2 gets from hovering into bot is to make sure that Fnatic bot lane is not hitting the platings. But yeah, maybe this was the opportunity to divide the map and dive GP, snowball Nara a bit, and take Rift Herald. Maybe that was the timer. All the guys are TP. Okay. So G2 after they burned GP Flash, they decided they're going to play full into bot. Interesting. They are playing on the fact that they have stronger 3v3. Fnatic bot lane are playing through bottom and using the fact that TF can join the fight in case Akali commits. That is the state of the game. Usually you play 1-3-1 in early game or at any point in the game, or you play 1-1-3. So Fnatic's idea here is to isolate TF, use the fact that Yuumi can't really roam into mid, and this is their solution to it. We were talking in draft how hard it is for Yuumi to impact the mid 3v3. It's very difficult. Like you're just floating and you can't really join the fight. It's difficult. Okay. You can't join the fight, and you have to gain pressure through side. TF can join the fights as we talked about, but now the play for Fnatic is to go through bottom lane to recover. Always, if you play 1-3-1 against 1-1-3, is that the team that is playing through mid always is faster on the play. So right now, just because Akali has mid prio, TF is catching the wave, they stepped through mid lane, they are the ones faster on this play, and Broxah is face shaking here, and he's gonna end up dying most likely. Oh, he got a red. How's he alive? Okay, there we go. Cash money for the pike. Very good situation. Now they're looking to dive. Few misses. Nemesis flashes anyway, so let's pretend that Mickey is genius. They're looking for dive. G2 are still very active in this game. We were saying that it's over after the dive on top, but honestly at this point in the game it didn't really impact as much. Right now the biggest problem is G2's bot lane here, and how the matchup didn't work out. And that could be because of the TP on top, also because this failed all in on 6, and a lot of other reasons. But right now they're having a lot of success in the Akali matchup. They found a 2v2 on mid where they went 2 for 1. Akali has had pressure ever since TF bought 2 phages. So maybe that's the big issue as well, because they bought 2 phages, the Trinity Force was delayed because he sold his phage now. He loses how much? Like 400 gold on buying that phage. Why is this played Garen Yuumi? Because Garen has a lot of base stats. 50 armor, 50 armor and 50 MR on W. So it's quite nasty. Very, very nasty. What you want with Yuumi is mobility, tankiness, and you want honestly, you can play Yuumi with almost everything. You can play with assassins, it's OP, Akali, Evelyn. You can play with tanks, Garen, Sejuani. You can play with AD carries, it's OP. Yuumi is just a nasty champion that accelerates the strength of champs that shouldn't scale so hard. Because inherently with tanks, the healing synergizes very well because your statistics are so high. Like Garen's running around with 100 armor, 100 MR without buying fucking cloth armor or no magic mantle. So the healing is so effective on him, you know? So effective. While on assassins, you reach breaking points to one-shot people much easier, which is always the race, right? If you're playing against Evelyn or Rengar in solo queue, when they've snowballed enough to one-shot people, that's when the game gets very difficult. And the same for Akali. So Yuumi pushes you into that direction. And then when you're playing AD carries, any extra AD synergizes so well with your items because everything is, what's it called? You have crit and attack speed, so the extra AD that you get synergizes crazy well, and stats are just very, very OP on AD carries. So Yumi really works with anything. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So after the red buff invade, and they killed Nocturne, they have full vision on bottom side, they're hovering into top side, they still want that Rift Herald. Now is the time that they want to recover the fact that Bwipo flashed. Bwipo was doing crap, for whatever reason. Flash kick, TF ult on, Nocturne ult on. Let's predict the play. How does this work out? This looks like an absolute disaster for Gangplank here. Gangplank should be dead. I don't think Nocturne and TF should be able to recover. If Nocturne and TF go, who should their target be? Probably Akali, I guess. They just focus Akali, that's the way. Maybe they can one-shot Akali. GP. Oh, he got the Q off on the battle. It's very big. Whoa, okay. I think Capsius played this wrong, no? What's he doing? Why is he walking so close to the GP? Honestly, Caps trolled, no? Yeah, they can one-shot. But why does Caps wait so long? He has Q. He walks melee to Q. Has to walk so fucking far to get passive. Ults, misses E. So honestly, Caps played this fight very bad. I think they can just kill GP before anything fucking happens. Honestly, it's a fucking miracle as well that Bwipo gets his fucking Q off here. So he does a lot of damage before he pieces out. Punches once with Grasp. GP ult is nasty. Caps gets the kill. They should be able to continue to chase. Kicklet chase. Flash. Flash. No flash. Flash. Whoa. Oh! Okay, so this 2v2. No one got the barrel. Bwipo played this well on the barrel. Q landed. Caps was holding way too long on his pulse. They lost vision of GP? How? Eason fucking kicked him. You think here they don't see him? Lee give his line of sight, no? Right now. But even then, even if you don't see him, you know the position he's gonna land in when he gets kicked, right? Like you can Q and he has vision. It's just here, why does Caps go melee with him? Why does he go melee unless he plans to E? Maybe they can one-shot GP straight up. But then afterwards, does it matter? Like GP ult is so nasty here. GP ult is so nasty. And then Lee gets fucking one-shotted. And then here... Yeah, Bwipo fucked them up big time. Like what looked like an int at the beginning turned out to be somewhat decent. Okay. Well, this is huge. But the big issue is bot. Fucking Garen Yumi are getting monster fed. He's getting stacks on his item already, and you know, when you have 2 support items and you win in your lane, it's absolutely crazy how much gold you generate. I would love to press X right now just to compare gold, just to see what's going on. We continue. We spoke about this a great deal. I think Caps could play this a lot better. Maybe it would change the course of this fight. They wanted the Lee Sin. Nocturne Yumi looks, I mean Nocturne TF looks very strong, honestly. Whoa. Whoa, that's a big blunder. Big blunder. Wow. Okay. All things considered, I think Herald probably should have been a target for G2 earlier in the game. They have this advantage that Pyke can roam free, and they could have impacted into topside. They lost a lot of time when G2's bot lane died 2v2. G2's bot lane as well, like more of the TP top, was a disaster. All in on 6 was a disaster. No Pyke ult. Without this, maybe we would have seen a different Mordepike. I don't want to say too much about Mordepike because, yeah, I've never played it. I never saw it. Everything that I'm saying is theoretical, and in theory, you have an opportunity to be wrong many, many times. What you want to do many times with Garen Yuumi is you just want to look to poke. Poke, 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 poke. You want to become Pokemon. That's why, like, Corki, like the comp we played against when they were Fnatic was so fucking dangerous because they had Garen, Yuumi, Corki, Jace, and it was impossible to engage, and it was a disaster. Okay. Yuumi is so fed already, man. It's crazy how much damage he does. Oh. Fnatic just running it down. Honestly, I like the call of running it down here. Something we didn't consider. Look at the enemy comp. It's very hard for them to clear waves. Super, super hard. How the fuck do you clear waves as Morde, Akali, Gnar, Lee, Pyke? They're just straight up running it down here, Fnatic. They have 4 creeps here. Akali walks up a bit too far because she wants to ult back in. And then he's sitting here and Pyke dies. Akali is quite safe here because he is just in Shroud. And Mickey could definitely play this better. He gets fucking gold carded and dies. So Mickey is trolling here a bit. He has everything up. And not Q up, but he has definitely E up. He gets fucking popped. Popped in the forehead. Disaster. Yeah, honestly, like, how does G2 play their comp at this point in the game? It's so fucking hard to play split against Nocturne, TF, GP. Garen Yuumi can just run it down mid. How do you really play this game? How do you play the game at this point? I really don't know. I feel like Fnatic have all the options in the world to create pressure in this game. Because yeah, sure, you can say Fnatic need to give up here. They're going to get, the turret is going to get punched a lot, and then they're going to hover into side, and side laners will not be able to push further. Garen Yuumi should have mid prior for the rest of the game because of how fed they are, and then that's that. Game should be lost. Miggy doesn't see the gold card due to Nocturne R. No, that's not true. Nocturne R is, you know, TF auto attack range is not 800, brother. So that's not true. Why did Jankos go in there? I didn't even realize he went in there. Trying to make something happen, I guess. Trade 1-for-1. I think the game is just lost. We spoke a great deal about this game. But a lot of the things that happened early, maybe they just don't matter as much. I think the biggest question mark, like even though they died on top, G2 managed to recover around mid lane very, very well. Akali was in good state. They managed to pick up some kills. They went 2-for-1. They could have went 1-for-0, which is probably better because Akali lost creeps. They The biggest problem in this game is how far ahead Fnatic's bot lane just is. If you have, like at this point, Garen Yumi is going to have mid-prio against anything. Enemy champions are playing, like you're playing Garen against full melee team. It's just too hard. If Garen Yumi have prio, means that Nocturne and TF have free space to do whatever they want, and then you can pressure the whole map. How do you really play the game at this point with G2's composition? They have no one that really wants to be mid inherently. They're going to play full on side. Playing full on side against this comp is so difficult. Super difficult. Okay, let's see. Nocturne shows. The moment Nocturne shows, they went. So here Nocturne shows. Caps is also hovering into top. They're trying to kill on side. Nemesis is outie. GP ult. GP TP. Holy, Bwipo GP is quite good, honestly. And then here comes the cavalry. This was their window to do something, to try to kill TF when Nocturne showed on bottom. And then now this fight, they have no chance. How do they have a chance? Okay, 1 for 2. Turret. Okay. Are you going over all the games? Only win condition for G2 is 5-man Nara ulti into Akali ulti and Pyke ulti at this point? Yeah, sure. If that happens, sure. That's it's very optimistic. Very, very optimistic. Just, there's no way to find pressure. Game is over. It's funny, you know, people thought it was over after the 3-0 on top. You could argue that because of bottom state, but it looked like G2 bot lane had a window to all in at Mordekaiser 6 and Pyke 6. So it's hard to say. Okay, 1 for 1. Por favor. Auto attacks are flowing. Oh, 1 for 1 again. TP behind, Akali's coming. Akali ult on. But it's Garen Yumi and it's a wit's end. How do you do any damage here? Very optimistic play by Akali. Very optimistic. Pyke wants to come for the finisher. Nar TP on the left. That's a Pyke that's dead. Honestly, it's hard to play Pyke against TF, I think. TF is one of the better picks into Pyke, in my opinion. Like anything that's hard CC is good against Pyke, right? And TF is one of the last remaining pillars of hard CC. Okay, so this experimental comp didn't work. Do you have any suggestions how to deepen your voice like yours? I don't know, brother. Okay, another one. Rapid fire cannon is on for TF. Rapid fire TF is so monster OP. Oh, look at this fucking Nemesis popping off. I'm happy for him. He's doing quite well for himself. Gin and tonic in mid was clutch. Fnatic coming up strong. I think G2 really had tough conditions to win this game. Honestly, I think draft was a big problem. But I think the fact how well G2 managed to play around mid and how well Caps played to still find pressure against the TF is a big deal, I think. Because I think everything else on the map was a bigger disaster. And we had a 3v3 on top that Caps probably could play better, but generally speaking, Caps had a good game here in terms of how much he could pressure the map. And you could also argue that Nemesis buying 2 phages was his issue, but in lane phase 2 phages are not bad. Just the stats are not bad. Goodbye, Morde. Bye, 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 little Sebastian. Okay. That was game number 1. I'm assuming they're gonna end here. Look, Garen doesn't take any damage. He doesn't give a shit. He also has QSS for the Morde ult now. There's no synergy anymore. Morde is doomed. Playing Morde against this team just sucks. Like, Morde is a shit pick against this team. How can they leave the Gangplank? Leave the Gangplank and draft. TF is good against Morde too. TF is not gonna die when Trinity Force on. Garen can buy QSS. And all is good. Beautiful game one. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think, even though how crazy the early game was, I think this was a game one in draft. If you consider all the interactions between champions here, Garen, Yuumi, TF, fantastic against Akali. Fantastic against Pyke, fantastic against Mord. Already there, the first three against the first three is rough. G2 banned Silas and at least second wave because they assume enemy want to play AP. And then they fourth pick lead to deny it, but here Broxa shows up with the Nocturne pick that got buffed on 9.16. Synergizes well with all the global ultimates. Also worked out very well, has a good matchup into Lee Sin because you can deny his bread and butter damage, which is Q in the early game, and then Lethal Tempo is a fantastic mastery for early game skirmishing. And he had a wonderful start because GP soaked the Lee Sin gank. And then afterwards, Gnar, I think Gnar doesn't really complement any composition. Anyone who has watched this channel knows I really don't like Gnar as a champion. I think Gnar is very, very weak. In this game, what does he really build? Does he build split push? Does he build side? The team fighting is very difficult to choose because they're going to lose both. So after that point, Garen Yuumi got too fed on bottom. Maybe more than Pyke in practice had more success. Maybe these disasters that happened didn't happen with the TP of Mord on top. They're all in on 6. That was also a big problem. But all in all, Fnatic, better draft, I would say, with the things we've learned. I think Gnar is a piece of shit. Gnar sucks. So, that was game one.